Okay guys, I'm here in loading position D at the Maverick Fort Smith yard. I didn't film anything coming in because I'm just trying to limit my footage on this. I do these kind of loads so often, I'm just trying to minimize it. But I'm getting 5 bundles of 21-foot bar. So if it's 21-foot product, you want to subtract 2 feet from the front end, 2 feet from the rear end, that's 4 feet. Because you want to have a couple of feet of overhang over your front and rear timbers, right? So 21 minus 4 is 17. Divide that in half, you get 8.5. So let's start from center and go 8.5 feet back, and that'll tell us where to put our rear board. 2, 4, 6, 8. Close enough. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then I got my strap thrown out. I'll just have 2 straps, 2 belly wraps, one on each end. And there goes the loader, but not mine. That's Brian right there. My loader is over there. I'm not sure what his name is. I've seen him around before, but I don't know his name. So this load is going to International Crankshaft at Georgetown, Kentucky. It's a customer we go to all the time. I've got a delivery appointment for 8:30 Eastern time on Friday morning. So that's what we're doing with this load. All right. So I'm probably not going to show the whole loading and all of this, but I'll show you the load once I get it secured, because I don't have much time on my clock and just trying to limit some footage. Okay guys, hey, it's Friday morning. I'm here at International Crankshaft in Georgetown, Kentucky. Still kind of dark, sun's just coming up, but I'm next in line to go into door 4 over there. There's another truck in there at the moment, but I wanted to try to show you. Somebody had asked me to explain what I mean by belly wrap. So I think there's enough light on here. Excuse me, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Oh, I was gonna sneeze. Okay, so here's the belly wrap. All right, so you got the hook end going over the bundle, and then the open end going around. It just makes a loop around the bundle. And what that does, I'm going to get up there and show you from the top too. It just makes a loop around all the bundles, and when you tighten them up, it not only does it put downward pressure on the whole load, just like all the chains did, which I've already taken off, but it also squeezes them together, to keep them tight together. So let's get up here, and then to give you a look. So you can see from up here, you got the open end of the strap pulling downward and going into the winch, and the hook end of the strap also pulling downward. All right, but it makes a loop and squeezes all the bundles together, so they're either touching each other or a wood block. So that's what I mean by belly wrap. Okay, and if you've never seen them before, we have these work lights on the back of the truck to help you out, when it's dark. So okay, well, that's it for now. I'll try to show you some unload if I can. Okay guys, I'm getting unloaded here. My friendly unloader Victor down there, he's already got the outer 2 bundles, and there goes 2 bundles on this side. When you're here, they expect you to get up here and help them put the chains around the bundles. I'm going to keep a couple of these 1-foot blocks just because I think I only have one of them. I like to have 3 of them. So I'm gonna keep a couple of them. So he's just dropping them over there, then he'll come back and get this one bundle. And then I'll pull out, put my 4 timbers up, send in my empty call paperwork, and wait for my next load. All right, more in a minute. Alright guys, here goes the last bundle. Alright, that's how it works. Victor's a hard worker, very efficient. Okay, so I've gotten unloaded about half an hour before my appointment, so that's great. Alright, more later. Okay folks. Well, I'm about a mile from International Crankshaft, just hitting the road. Took them about 20 minutes to send me my next order. But I'm still in pretty good shape because it's 8:17 Eastern Time, AM. My appointment, delivery appointment back there was for 8:30, so I got in a little earlier than scheduled, so that's great. They're sending me to the Certainty plant up in Silver Grove, Kentucky, which is up basically south Cincinnati. And, you know, getting a home load. I probably won't be able to get home today, unfortunately, but it delivers Monday, and it's a multi-stop delivery, unfortunately. It'll be drywall, and part of it goes to a True Value store in Yellville, Arkansas, and part of it goes to I think a True Value store in Harrison, Arkansas. So I'll be getting to travel up into the northern hills of Arkansas Monday. So at this point, I'm thinking I'll probably get home Saturday morning and probably leave out Monday morning. Yeah, I don't know. I may ask my fleet manager for a later than 10 a.m. delivery window. I'm not sure how long it'll take me to get up to there from my house. Probably at least 2.5 hours, I would say, just guessing. Because it'll be kind of slow driving up through the hills. Anyway, we got about 1 hour and 20 minutes to get up to Silver Grove. It's a place, you know, I've filmed from there several times before. It's a place we go to a lot from here. Not my favorite place, but my experience has been, if you get there early in the day, they usually move pretty quick. But if you get there later in the day, you might be there for hours. So I'll see you there. All right, folks, I've checked in. Part of your paperwork is a form like this. You can see it has a diagram there for the loaders, how they're supposed to stack the product. Now, this load I'm getting, like I said before, delivers to 2 different locations. I think it said they were both True Value stores that are fairly close together. I mean, they might be, looking at the map, you know, they're probably within, you know, I don't know, 20 or 30 miles of each other. So I gotta know which one's loaded on the front, which one's loaded on the back. So the office where you have to check in is straight ahead there. You might can see it, little man door there with a sign that says shipping office. So once you check in, he gives you, you know, your loading paperwork, your BOL, you know, all of your paperwork. You get it right there when you check in. And then you go back to your truck. And then you got to drive around to the back of this building to get in the load line. And like I said, the key to this place is getting here early. It's been my experience. If you get here in the afternoon, mid to late afternoon, you might be here a while. There's a TMC. TMC has a lot of preload work out of here. I'll try to show you some of the lot. I was filming the entry into this property earlier, but my battery went dead, so I lost what I had done. Oh. So this shouldn't take too long, since there's no line for loading. I mean, I just saw a truck ahead of me up there turn in to go into the building, but that's okay. I mean, there's no line out here at all. I think the last time I was here, I mean, there was double line outs back in the parking lot we just came from, plus trucks lined all the way up through here behind the building. I mean, it's probably 25 trucks. It was bad day, bad day. All right, so what we're gonna do is you gotta make a sharp left turn here. No traffic coming, so I'm going to make the turn. Give you a look. The coolest part about this place is the tarping station. I think I'll be able to go in here. All right, let me make sure it's clear. All right. Okay, so we can go on in. He's motioning me in. What they want you to do is hug tight to the left here, so you have as much room to the right as possible for their yard trucks and all to go by. So let me talk to this fella here, and he'll assign me a loading bay, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so what he does is he looks at my diagram, that one that I showed you a minute ago, sees what kind of product I'm getting, and then tells me which loading bay to go to. So in my case, he told me to go down to bay 6. You can see up hanging from the ceiling, they've got little green and white signs that have the bay numbers on there. I guess they assign you one based on the product you're getting, so it'll be closest for the loader, I would think. Stop here. All right, then we'll pull into bay 6. This little cart's kind of messing up my turning area. It don't have to be perfect. All right, I'll show you some more later. All right, folks. I'm loaded. They had 2 loaders working on me, so it didn't take, oh, probably 20 minutes. Now we're gonna pull around to the tarping station, which is kind of cool. This is a big place. They got lots of drywall. So you can see up ahead to the left the tarping station. They've got, I think, 3 different lanes. But I don't know, they've got 2 of them blocked here with preload trailers. I might could get into that middle one, I don't know. Guess I could. Maybe. They're already spreading a tarp out though, so I guess they're working on preload maybe. So I'll just wait here behind this TMC. What I've got to do is put my hard hat and all on and go outside, or get go outside, get my 2 big lumber tarps out and some bungees for them, so when I get up there they've got what they need. Actually, I'll wait till I pull up to where this truck in front of me is, and then I'll get out and do that. But he's about to pull up, so that's all good. And it only takes them a few minutes to get these tarps. First they'll drape plastic over the load, and then they'll put the tarps over, put minimal bungees on it, and then I'll pull back out to the entry lot and finish bungeeing and then strap. So more later. Well, I'll go ahead and show you. You can see how they're draping the plastic over the truck in front of me. It'd be hard for me to show you that part when they're doing it to me. And you can see how they've got the 2 tarps already stretched out above the load. So what they'll do is when they get the plastic tied down, they'll drape the rear tarp on first and then do the front tarp, and he'll be ready to go. All right, folks. So they're starting to work on getting my tarps rolled out. They've got some little carts. I was able to go back there and put my 2 lumber tarps on a little cart and move it up here. And then I've got about 25 bungees laid out over here to the side. Just thought I'd give you a look of this. Can't really see much just yet, but they're rolling the tarps out. Then they'll hook them onto those, well, you can see up front there, they're trying to hook one onto that apparatus. This might take a few minutes, but it's kind of cool, so I'll show it to you. So yeah, over here in the middle lane, they're doing preload. Or I would have got in there. So this load, the way they've got it set up, I've got 15 units, they call it. 15 sections that are loaded on the back part of the trailer. I'd say about the back 60% of the trailer. So that's where I'll go first, to Yellville, Arkansas, and they'll get the 15 units off the back. And then I've got 10 units in the front that go to Harrison, Arkansas. And I confirmed that with my fleet manager just to be sure that I got the order right. And he also asked me, did I need him to waive the 10 a.m. delivery rule for Monday? And I said, yes, please, because I definitely won't get home until Saturday. Because from here, it's about 10.5 hours to get to North Little Rock. And I'll only have, I don't know, by the time I get out of here, I probably won't have more than 7 hours left. So, you know, I can get a large portion of it. I'm gonna go ahead and crank up my truck. So you can see now they're raising up the tarp. And then he'll motion me through. They got the stereo going over here. Got their Alan Jackson tunes going, I think. All right, let's go. All right. All right, we're about ready. I'm just waiting for a signal. Okay. Here we go. So they'll tie the plastic off on the front of the load. Get it positioned right and then tell me to move forward. Gotta make sure I'm in the little striped box area here. All right, they had me stop. They're tying off the plastic, but you get the idea. I'll pull up here as they want me to, and then we'll get the plastic and the tarp draped over. All right, folks. Hey, it's Saturday morning. I am finally making it back to the North Little Rock Maverick yard. Put an end to this week. And I picked up this load of gypsum board up in Silver Grove, Kentucky yesterday, and I made it to Union City, Tennessee last night. Camped out there at a little Phillips 66 truck stop, and then that left me a little over 4 hours to go this morning. Just fueled up there at the Pilot. So when I leave out Monday morning, I'll be ready to roll. So this load is a double spot delivery. First, I have to drop part of the load in Yellville, Arkansas, and then part of it goes to Harrison, Arkansas. Here's the Maverick Driving Academy to the right. Nothing going on there right now. I just got a couple of text messages this morning though from one of my most recent referral students, Jason from down in Louisiana. He was updating me on his training. He's in the Maverick Driving Academy right now. I think he thinks he's got maybe a couple of weeks left to go. And then after he finishes that, you know, and actually gets his CDL, he'll move over here to the main training facility and start flatbed securement training. That takes a couple of weeks. And then after that, you go out with a trainer I think actually, you know, he's going to take a week off after that, and then get hooked up with a trainer. And that usually takes about 3 weeks. Then you come back here for a couple of days of final evaluations, and then you're on your own. They give you a truck and you hit the road. I'm going to whip in here to the truck wash, get that done. And then while they're doing that, I'll kind of do my little organizing in here and try to do a weekly recap while they're washing the truck. Okay guys, while Craig is washing my truck for me, thank you Craig. He's a good worker. I appreciate his efforts. Let's do a quick recap of last week. My miles for last week, and as I remember, I don't remember when I left out. I think I left out on Sunday afternoon, but I only drove like 2.5 hours. And then got home on Friday evening. But I had 2,449 miles, 2,449 miles, and the gross pay for that was $1,860.99, $1,860.99. And I think I had like 8 or 9 hours left on my clock, something like that. I'm not sure. I didn't write it down. No, I did. I had like 15 hours left on my 70-hour clock. So, and on that pay I just mentioned there, just to show you some of the breakdown of it, I had $100 in tarp pay, which is 2 tarp jobs, $18.75 of detention pay, $53.13 of short mile pay, which is, you know, that's not something I get very often, but you know, if you get a trip, oh, let me fix my clock here. Put myself off the drive line there. You know, if you get a trip that's with the deadhead or the miles combined is less than 400 miles, then they give you short mile pay to get you up to that 400 mile marker. So that's what that's for. And that's it. The rest of it was just driving. Okay. Now for this week, let me go ahead and write this down. I've got about 4 hours left on my 70-hour clock. Because a couple of people had asked me to try to track that and report on it. Okay, and I need to mention, I ran into one of my referral students that's actually been out on his own for about 5 or 6 months. Ran into him up at the Fort Smith Maverick yard a few days ago when I got a load there and spent the night. Ran into him there in the driver's lounge, and you know, I talked to him before via email, a text message, but never actually met him. So hang on a second. Sorry about that little break there. His name was Matt from down in, I think, Grapeland, Texas. Anyway, he's been out on his own 5 or 6 months and said he was liking it, doing well. He's in the USA division, where, you know, he has to stay out 2 or 3 weeks at a time, but he said he was thinking about switching over to the, what do they call it, the Southwest region, Texas Southwest region, which kind of covers Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, maybe Louisiana. So, you know, you got options. I think he's a single fella, so he wasn't worried as much as some people about getting home every weekend. So again, thanks Matt for using me as your referral. And let's see, I probably got a couple of other guys to mention, but my brain is dead. But if you guys are looking for a place to get your CDL career started, Maverick's a good place, great place. If you need to get your CDL, you can get it here at the Maverick Driving Academy, and then come straight into flatbed training and be out on the road, you know, within you know, 3 or 4 months. You know, I think it takes maybe a month or so to get through the CDL program, then a couple of weeks to get through flatbed securement, and then another, you know, 3 weeks on a trailer truck. You know, so you're looking at 3 months or less, and you'll be out on your own solo. So if you're interested, you know, send me an email. My email's at the end of every video. We can talk. Email me your questions, or send me a phone number. I'll give you a call if you want to talk about it a little bit. I do that quite often. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to leave out with this load until Monday morning, probably about sunup. My fleet manager's already given me permission to deliver after 10 a.m. and it's probably about I'm kind of guessing, 2.5 hour drive to get to my customer. So I don't know. Got plenty of time. No big deal. Gonna go enjoy the weekend. See you back out here Monday.